Every person dreams of becoming more, but only a few choose to build themselves with the kind of grind that actually guarantees growth. Growth is not an accident. It's a deliberate journey that begins the moment you stop waiting for motivation and start creating movement. Jim Rohn always said, "If you want more, become more." And that becomes your turning point. The realization that the world is not obligated to reward your wishes, it rewards your work. When you choose to grind with purpose, you step into a league where excuses die and discipline rises. It's not about working endlessly, it's about working intentionally. It's about saying yes to the habits that elevate you and saying no to the behaviors that drain you. You build yourself when you refuse to be average, when you refuse to shrink into comfort, when you refuse to negotiate with your limitations. The grind becomes your teacher, tough, unforgiving, but transformative. Every morning becomes an opportunity. Every challenge becomes a test. Every doubt becomes a doorway. People around you may not understand the fire in your eyes, but the grind understands. It shapes you. It bends you. It breaks you just enough to rebuild you stronger. And slowly, silently, consistently, you rise. You begin to witness the shift. The subtle but powerful transformation from who you are into who you're meant to be. Because the grind guarantees growth only for those who stay long enough to claim it, there comes a moment when you look at your life and realize no one is coming to save you, no opportunity is coming to rescue you, no miracle is coming to pull you out. That moment is not your downfall, it is your awakening. That is when you understand why Jim Rohn emphasized personal responsibility more than anything else. The grind is not punishment, it is the pathway. The grind is the invisible bridge that connects your current self to your future self. Every late night you choose to learn instead of scrolling. Every early morning you choose discomfort over excuses. Every hour you invest in your craft instead of your comfort zone. You are building yourself. Growth is not always loud. It's hidden in your habits. It's built in your private choices. It's shaped by what you do when nobody is watching. The grind strips away your fears, your doubts, your laziness, your hesitation, and slowly reveals a version of you that even you didn't know existed. This is why so many people quit. They don't see growth happening fast enough. But what they don't realize is that growth begins internally long before the results become external. You become stronger before you become successful. You become disciplined before you become distinguished. You become valuable before you become visible. The grind is not here to break you, it's here to prepare you. And when preparation meets opportunity, that's when growth becomes unstoppable. If you truly want to build yourself, you must first build your mindset, because your mind is the engine of your grind. A weak mind will look for shortcuts. A strong mind creates systems. A weak mind waits for perfect timing. A strong mind builds momentum in imperfect conditions. Jim Rohn always said that success is not something you chase. It's something you attract by the person you become. That attraction is built through your grind, your consistency, your focus, your rituals, your resilience. When you embrace the grind, you stop living like a spectator and start living like a creator. You stop asking, "Why is life so hard?" and start asking, "How can I grow strong enough to handle anything?" The grind gives you confidence, it gives you clarity, it gives you identity, it gives you the right to say, "I earned this," and the best part. The grind gives you something no one can steal: self-respect. Every day you push yourself, even a little, you build a deeper trust with yourself. You begin to feel aligned, powerful, unstoppable. Growth is not magic. It's a reflection of the hours you invested when nobody believed in you. It's the outcome of choosing the hard path while others picked the easy one. It's the reward of staying committed while others stayed comfortable. The grind guarantees growth because it changes you from the inside out, and once the inside changes, the outside must follow. Every person dreams of becoming more, but only a few ever choose to build themselves with the kind of grind that truly guarantees growth. Most people wait for the right moment, the right mood, the right motivation to arrive before they begin. But those who rise, those who transform, those who create a life that feels powerful and purposeful, they don't wait. They move, they initiate, they create momentum from nothing. They understand that growth is not luck and it is not a gift. Growth is a decision, a discipline, a commitment you make to yourself long before life rewards you for it. Jim Rohn said something that shakes a person awake. If you want more, become more. And this one sentence becomes the foundation of every breakthrough. It forces you to look at your habits, your routines, your excuses, your attitudes. It makes you realize that life doesn't respond to your wishes. It responds to your work. Life doesn't give you what you fantasize about. It gives you what you grind for. Building yourself starts the moment you stop negotiating with your weaknesses. It begins when you stop telling yourself the same comfortable stories. I'll start later. I'm tired. I'm not ready. I need motivation. The truth is, motivation is not what builds you. Repetition does. Discipline does, doing the work especially on the days you don't feel like it does. You don't grow because you feel good. You grow because you choose to stay consistent when everything in you wants to stop. That's the grind. It's not a punishment, it's a privilege. It's the hardest and most rewarding form of self-respect. The grind is not the loud, flashy hustle the world shows you. Real grind is quiet. It's personal. It's intensely internal. It's waking up before the world wakes up so you can win the hours others waste. It's studying when your mind is tired, but your purpose is alive. It's practicing your craft while others look for entertainment. It's saying no to comfort so you can say yes to progress. Growth demands sacrifice, but those sacrifices don't destroy you. They define you. They shape you into someone who is mentally sharper, emotionally stronger, and spiritually unshakable. People won't understand your grind, and they're not supposed to. It's not for them. It's for the future version of you who is counting on your commitment today. People may laugh, they may doubt, they may criticize, until the results arrive. And results always come when the grind is real. But grinding is not simply working hard. It's working intentionally. It's choosing the tasks that move you forward rather than the ones that make you feel busy but change nothing. It's choosing discipline over distraction, purpose over pleasure, and growth over comfort. Every day becomes a test of who you want to be versus who you've been. Every choice becomes a vote for your future or your failure. When you grind with purpose, something powerful happens. Your mindset evolves. You begin to see challenges as training. You stop expecting things to be easy because you want to become someone strong enough to handle anything. You start understanding that obstacles are not signs to quit. They are signs that you are on the right path. The grind teaches you patience. It teaches you resilience. It teaches you how to face discomfort without breaking down. It teaches you how to build confidence not from compliments but from consistency. The most beautiful part of the grind is how quietly it transforms you. There is no big announcement, no dramatic music, no spotlight. Just you, day after day, putting in the work. At first, nothing seems to change. At first, the results feel invisible, but something inside you is shifting. You become more focused. You become more disciplined. You start trusting yourself. You start respecting yourself. And slowly, your internal growth begins to shape your external reality. That's when people begin to notice. That's when they begin to ask what changed. But they only see the results. They never see the grind behind them. The grind guarantees growth because consistency compounds. One small improvement each day, done with sincerity and patience, turns into a massive transformation over time. Most people quit because they want fast results. But the strongest individuals stay committed because they understand that slow progress is still progress. They know that every day they show up, even a little, they are building a stronger foundation for their future. The grind builds you not just physically or financially, but mentally. It changes your identity. You begin to see yourself as someone reliable, someone capable, someone disciplined. You become the kind of person who doesn't break promises to yourself. And when you reach that level of integrity, success becomes inevitable, because success is not what you get. It's what you attract by the person you become. The grind is the greatest investment you will ever make in yourself. It shapes your character, sharpens your mind, toughens your spirit, and strengthens your belief that you are meant for something bigger. And once you start believing that, truly believing it, nothing can hold you back. There comes a moment in every person's life when silence becomes louder than the noise around them, when the world slows down just enough for them to face the truth they've been avoiding. That truth is simple but heavy. No one is coming to save you. No mentor is coming to drag you out of your comfort zone. No miracle is coming to rewrite your story. No opportunity is going to knock unless you first build a door for it. And instead of breaking you, that realization is meant to awaken you. It is meant to shake you into responsibility, into awareness, into action. Jim Rohn believed that personal responsibility is the beginning of genuine growth. Until you take responsibility for your life, your habits, your outcomes, nothing meaningful changes. The grind becomes your bridge between who you are and who you want to be. The grind is not glamorous. It's not something you post about. It's not something people applaud you for, because most of it happens away from the eyes of others. It happens in your quiet nights when everyone else is asleep. It happens in your early mornings when the rest of the world hasn't even opened its eyes. It happens when you choose progress over pleasure, growth over gossip, and purpose over procrastination. Every late night you choose to study instead of scrolling. Every early morning when you drag yourself out of bed despite the tiredness. Every hour you invest into your craft, your goals, your personal evolution. These are the moments that build you. These are the moments people never see, but these are the moments that shape your future. Most people quit not because they lack ambition, but because they lack patience. They want instant results, instant validation, instant rewards for work they just started. But growth doesn't work that way. Growth is slow, invisible, subtle. It begins inside long before it shows outside. You become stronger in your thinking before you become stronger in your achievements. You develop discipline internally before it appears externally in your lifestyle. You increase your value within long before the world begins to recognize it. This is why the grind feels lonely. It's building something inside you that others can't see yet. The grind is like planting a seed. You water it, you nurture it, you care for it, but for days, weeks, months, nothing seems to happen, and this is exactly where most people quit. They stop watering the seed because they don't see results. They move on to something easier, something more instantly rewarding. But those who understand growth know that the seed is growing even when the surface looks unchanged. Roots are forming, strength is building, stability is developing, and when the time is right, the breakthrough happens, but only for those who stayed consistent long enough to earn it. You build yourself through private victories. You grow through battles no one else even knows you're fighting. The grind teaches you emotional strength. It teaches you to manage your thoughts instead of being controlled by them. It teaches you to take action even when doubt whispers that you're not good enough. It teaches you to push forward even when fear tells you to turn back. Every struggle you push through becomes a lesson. Every setback you recover from becomes a skill. Every challenge you face becomes a chapter of your growth. The grind also teaches you something most people never learn: self-trust. When you show up for yourself daily, even when it's difficult, you begin to trust yourself at a deeper level. You begin to believe that you can rely on your own discipline, your own effort, your own choices. And that kind of self-trust is powerful. It strengthens your confidence. It improves your decision making. It sharpens your identity. It turns you into someone who doesn't need external motivation because you've learned how to create your own. Jim Rohn often reminded us that we don't get paid for time. We get paid for the value we bring to that time. And value is built in the grind. Value is built when you study instead of wasting time, when you practice instead of complaining, when you grow instead of comparing. People who grow consistently eventually attract opportunities because they become valuable. They become skilled. They become reliable. They become the kind of people others want to work with, follow, or invest in. And all of that begins with the grind. The grind prepares you long before the opportunity arrives. Most people pray for opportunities but are not prepared to handle them. The grind builds the discipline you need to maintain success. It builds the resilience you need to recover from setbacks. It builds the humility you need to learn. It builds the confidence you need to take risks. It builds the strength you need to keep going when the journey becomes heavy. Opportunity without preparation becomes wasted potential, but opportunity in the hands of someone who has been grinding becomes unstoppable momentum. The grind is not here to break you, it's here to reveal you. It's here to pull out the talent you didn't know you had, the strength you didn't know you carried, the courage you didn't know existed within you. It is the process that transforms ordinary people into extraordinary individuals. And the moment you embrace it instead of resisting it, your growth becomes inevitable. If you truly want to build yourself, the first step is to understand that your mind is the foundation of everything you will ever achieve. Your mind is the engine of your grind, the command center of your growth, and the source of every victory or failure you experience. A weak mind will constantly search for shortcuts, excuses, and easy ways out. It will complain about the lack of time, the lack of resources, the lack of luck, and the lack of perfect conditions. A strong mind, however, does not wait for permission from circumstances. It creates its own conditions. It builds momentum in imperfection, it works when others rest, and it keeps going when others quit. Jim Rohn often reminded us that success is not something you chase. It's something you attract by the person you become. And the person you become is entirely determined by the grind you commit to every single day. The grind is not just physical work or financial effort. It is mental, emotional, and spiritual labor combined. It is waking up each day with the mindset of a creator rather than a consumer, a builder rather than a bystander, a fighter rather than a follower. It is choosing growth over comfort, learning over ignorance, and action over procrastination. The grind is the process that transforms your thinking. When you embrace it, you begin to see opportunities where others see obstacles. You begin to feel capable when others feel defeated. You begin to act when others hesitate. This shift in mindset is the invisible growth that precedes visible success. Without it, even the most favorable circumstances cannot produce lasting achievement. The mind must be trained relentlessly. Thoughts are not neutral. They are the architects of your reality. If you allow fear, doubt, and indecision to dominate your mind, your actions will follow, and your life will reflect those limitations. But if you cultivate a mind focused on discipline, clarity, and resilience, your actions will naturally align with growth, and your life will begin to reflect the power of your grind. Mental strength comes not from comfort, but from confronting discomfort daily. It is built through challenges, through setbacks, through moments when giving up seems easier than continuing. Every time you push past resistance, every time you choose action over apathy, you are strengthening your mental muscles, and those muscles become the driving force of unstoppable progress. The grind also builds character. It teaches patience, persistence, and perseverance in ways that no motivational speech ever could. It strips away the layers of laziness, entitlement, and fear that hold most people back. It reveals your weaknesses and forces you to confront them, to wrestle with them, and to overcome them. This is why so many people never reach their potential. They avoid the grind, they seek comfort, they chase shortcuts, and they hope for luck. But the grind is the great equalizer. It doesn't care who you are or where you come from. It rewards effort, consistency, and courage. It does not provide instant results, but it provides lasting transformation. When you embrace the grind, you stop living passively. You stop blaming circumstances, luck, or other people for your lack of progress. You start taking full responsibility for your life and your growth. You begin to understand that each decision, each habit, and each action matters. The small daily choices compound over time, and the person you become is the sum of these choices. The grind teaches you that the difference between failure and success is not talent, luck, or opportunity. It is consistency, effort, and relentless commitment to personal development. You don't wait for the right opportunity. You create it through preparation and persistent action. The power of the grind is also in its ability to create confidence. Confidence does not come from external validation or easy wins. It comes from proving to yourself that you can handle discomfort, challenge, and adversity. Each time you push yourself beyond your limits, each time you stick to your plan when temptation whispers otherwise, each time you do what others refuse to do, you earn a level of self-trust that no one can take away. This inner confidence becomes magnetic. It attracts opportunities, allies, and momentum. It allows you to operate in a state of clarity and focus where decisions are decisive, actions are intentional, and results are inevitable. Growth through the grind is holistic. It is not only about acquiring skills or wealth. It is about becoming a complete individual. The grind improves your mindset, sharpens your skills, strengthens your discipline, and fortifies your resilience. It transforms your habits, your environment, and your perspective. It prepares you to handle the challenges that life will inevitably throw at you with grace, intelligence, and courage. And the best part is that the benefits of the grind are cumulative. The more you invest in your growth today, the greater your capacity for success tomorrow. It compounds, multiplies, and accelerates over time, creating unstoppable momentum that separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. The grind guarantees growth because it forces alignment between your internal world and your external actions. It ensures that who you are becoming internally will eventually manifest externally in every area of your life. Most people try to fix external problems without working on the internal foundations. But the grind teaches you that true success is the byproduct of internal transformation. When your mind is strong, your habits are disciplined, and your character is unshakable, success becomes a natural outcome. The grind makes you prepared, capable, and deserving of everything you aim to achieve. It transforms you from someone who hopes for change into someone who creates change. It turns dreams into plans, plans into actions, and actions into results. The grind does not fail. It cannot fail because it is not about luck. It is about becoming the person who is ready to succeed no matter what life throws your way. Let me ask you something. How many of you have ever felt that fire inside, that spark of potential, but somehow it stayed just out of reach? You know what I'm talking about. The moments when you think, I could do more, I should be more, I want more. But then life hits, distractions appear, doubts creep in, and you let that spark fade. How many times have you said to yourself, tomorrow I'll start, tomorrow I'll push harder, tomorrow I'll change? And tomorrow came, and it was the same as today. I want you to hear this clearly. Tomorrow is not a magical day that fixes everything. Growth doesn't wait for perfect timing. Growth doesn't care about excuses. Growth responds only to action. It responds to the grind you are willing to endure, the discipline you are willing to embrace, and the belief in yourself that refuses to quit. Imagine a conversation with yourself 5 years from now. What would your future self say if you keep waiting? Would they thank you for procrastinating, for seeking comfort, for staying where it's easy? Or would they beg you to start now, to push now, to take responsibility now? You owe it to that future self to act today. Every choice you make today is an investment in who you will become tomorrow. The grind, the struggle, the effort. It is not punishment, it is preparation. Every time you step outside your comfort zone, every time you push through fear, every time you persist when quitting seems easier, you are building a foundation for the life you desire. Let me be honest with you. Life is not fair. It doesn't hand out opportunities based on dreams or intentions. It doesn't reward hope or wishful thinking. It rewards effort. It rewards consistency. It rewards those who show up, even when nobody is watching, even when the world doubts, even when the journey seems endless. And here is the secret that most people never realize. Those who achieve extraordinary growth don't have more talent. They don't have more luck. They have more discipline. They grind when others rest. They persist when others quit. They embrace discomfort when others avoid it. And every single day, they are silently, steadily, inevitably building themselves into someone unstoppable. I want you to picture yourself as a sculptor. Your life is the block of stone, raw and unshaped. Every choice you make, every habit you form, Every hour you dedicate to growth is a stroke of your chisel. Sometimes it feels like nothing is changing. Sometimes you wonder if your effort even matters, but trust me, it does. Every strike shapes you. Every push forward carves away doubt, fear, and weakness. The masterpiece of your life is not created overnight. It is forged stroke by stroke, grind by grind, day by day, and the beautiful truth is, once you start shaping it intentionally, the block begins to take form, slowly, silently, powerfully. And one day, you will look back and see the person you've become, the person your spark of potential was always meant to create. Let me tell you something else. You are capable of more than you know, far more. But you will never know your full potential if you wait for permission, if you wait for comfort, if you wait for someone to validate you. The grind is your permission. The grind is your vehicle. The grind is your proving ground. Every challenge you face is a test. Every setback is a lesson. Every failure is a teacher. And if you approach them with the mindset of growth, they will shape you into someone who is not only capable of achieving their dreams, but unstoppable in the face of adversity. The question is, are you ready to embrace that grind? Are you ready to look fear in the eye and say, "You will not control me. I will grow regardless of the obstacles"? Are you ready to become the person who doesn't just wish for success, but earns it relentlessly, consistently, daily? I want you to imagine your life 5, 10, 15 years from now. Will it be a life defined by regret, what-ifs, and unfulfilled potential? Or will it be a life of pride, accomplishment, and relentless growth? That life does not arrive by chance. It is built by the choices you make today. It is built by the mornings you wake up early, the nights you push yourself beyond fatigue, the moments when you choose courage over comfort. That life is guaranteed only to those who commit to themselves, who show up, who grind with purpose, who build daily with an unwavering belief that they are capable of greatness. Let me leave you with this. Your story is being written in every second of your life. Every decision, every action, every moment is a sentence, a paragraph, a chapter. The grind guarantees that the story you are creating is one of strength, resilience, and unstoppable growth. You can write a story of mediocrity, waiting for luck, waiting for motivation, waiting for miracles. Or you can write a story of relentless pursuit, where every day you rise above excuses, where every day you invest in yourself, where every day you inch closer to your potential. The choice is yours, the grind is yours, the growth is yours, but you have to choose it, you have to commit to it, you have to embrace it, you have to live it. So I ask you, will you be a spectator of your own life, watching potential fade like a sunset, or will you rise, grind, and become the person you were always meant to be? Will you settle for comfort and ease, or will you chase growth with a hunger that cannot be quenched? Will you allow fear to dictate your story, or will you use courage, persistence, and relentless effort to write a narrative of unstoppable success? The grind is not easy. Growth is not instantaneous. But every step, every push, every act of discipline compounds into a life beyond what you ever imagined. This is your moment. This is your chance. This is the beginning of the chapter where you take control. Embrace the grind and build a life of guaranteed growth, unshakable confidence, and extraordinary achievement.